But moving forward now, it took, a militaristic approach by Africans to actually say we're expelling French.
Yes.
We are, changing.
We are not making French a national language anymore.
And we are
Yes.
expelling their armies, we are expelling their ideology. We are, going back to our indigenous, languages and our indigenous religion or religious practices. So that alone speaks to, changes in the African story or in the African way of life. You see, so yeah.
And I think what's also been impressive within that side of closer to West Africa was that even in the example of Bill Gates and his new methods of depopulating Africa, is that the countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, and others, and next door, Namibia, they've said no to this madness of Bill Gates' systems of hormonal practices and pregnancy thing. Procedures that our women would be stopped from giving birth. Those countries have said no.
Yeah, indeed.
And expelled also the French armies there. And they've even changed school uniforms to traditional attires, building those countries. It's been very impressive.
Yeah, it is indeed. And it's long overdue. That's the thing. We've relied, we've relied as Africans on our leaders, but our leaders were obsessed with mimicking, their masters.
Yes.
For a very long time. So now it's only in 2025, for instance, you can point and say there is a rapid wave of change in Africa. In Namibia, for instance, they no longer have a free visa for Americans.
Yes.
Americans have to apply for the Namibian visa, and they are, mineral exploits have been put on not on hold, but they've been terminated. So American companies in Namibia are packing shop because they don't want to, abide by the systems of government.
Yes, of that country.
Of that particular country. I think in Zambia as well.
There's a bit of change.
There's a bit of change, and in Tanzania as well. I remember, the first time I went to Tanzania, the visa at that time was $20. And they calculated in dollars, $20 US. Now $20 in was it 2001 was in the region of between 75 and 100 rands at that time. So we had to pay extra because we were traveling as a group. We were traveling as a group, and we needed to. It's not a discount, but we needed to pay extra to the agency but ultimately.
Yeah, that was arranging your travel.
Yeah, so it ultimately reached about 200 rands per person. So that alone spoke to the fact that why was the visa not charged in Tanzanian shillings at that time?
Yes.
Versus the fact that
so that whatever that is invested stays in the country.
Exactly. So there are those things whereby you're thinking, oh, okay, cool. It's things have changed now because it's Africans for Africans. But if you look at the fact that we no longer will need or are no longer needing a visa to travel to East Africa, I think Kenya is one of the first countries to actually open it up, and then Ethiopia followed. I think Uganda is on route to that. Rwanda as well, the big countries, Burundi as well is always en route to that. Because if you travel to Mozambique, you don't need a passport. Lesotho, Swatini, Zimbabwe, Botswana. Even Namibia, you don't need those visas. You don't need a visa. I know Angola is also on that process of terminating the visa because when I had to go to Angola, I had to apply for a visa, but luckily it was not offered in dollars. It was offered in Angolan kwanza at that time. So it's
Things are changing.
yes, things are changing, and in the end, we have the resources that are making these, Westerners very wealthy. If only we could just focus on ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's this is actually long overdue that Africans now, because I mean billions and billions. This thing has always has been seen as Africans as a scam, where millions of Africans or thousands would want to travel overseas. They would be made to apply for these visas, knowing by those people who knows very well that they will not get approved. So
Yeah,
your money will like be donated.
yeah, yeah.
And for me, always been a problem to say if you wanna go somewhere where you need to apply for a visa, why are we us not doing the same thing to those countries?
No, no, no. The thing is, again, even the framework of traveling and migration is like with migration studies. When the war between Russia and Ukraine started, migration laws in terms of people from Ukraine who are moving into the Eastern European bloc, your Poland, your Yugoslavia, and so on. When they were moving into those areas, migration laws, stated that Poland and other countries will offer, visa and migration applications for them to other countries. So, for instance, Canada opened its doors immediately because it was Ukrainians and Polish that were
Yes.
moving and they were needing space. So they gave them refuge. But it's a different case if, in the case, for instance, between North and South Sudan, whereby Southern Sudanese were fleeing for
Their
safety
lives, yes.
to Chad, and at that time. Sorry, can you pause?